show up, better double go up. Top speed in the whip, got the drop top. I ain't worried about a hater, I just count guap. Turn up, all these hoes in here. Blowing strong in the VIP, let them know we here. We going all out, all out, all out. Yeah, we ball out, ball out, ball out. Going all out, all out, all out. Blowing strong in the VIP, let them know we here. Hey, all out like girls going wild. Ball so hard, hating niggas wanna foul like Swiss. We be going hard in the VIP. Got a couple hoes in the whips. We pushing up the 110, Wody. Banging that E40, 24s on the thing. I call that shit Kobe. Got gold in my rollie, money make you wanna know me. I'm copping everything like Axel Foley. Got the club all turned up. Hella weed, hella drink, yeah, it's going up. Bad hoes gotta add me on Instagram. She asked why, I told her ass cause I'm the man on mamas. Money coming in by the commas. Club straight feeling like a sauna. Probably all this liquor either way, a nigga straight. Going hard in the club, all out every day, every day. Top speed in the whip, got the drop top. I ain't worried about a hater, I just count guap. Turn up, all these hoes in here. Blowing strong in the VIP, let them know we here. We going all out, all out, all out. Yeah, we ball out, ball out, ball out. Going all out, all out, all out. Blowing strong in the VIP, let them know we here. Mucho, tall ass skinny nigga. Fuck a map, I'm going at any nigga.
This guy is AC friendly. Okay, this is a little update. Motor's almost ready to come out. I tried to do something a little bit different. I normally pull engine and tranny out together. This time I wanted to do something different and just try to pull the motor out because I thought it was going to be easier and leaving the tranny in place. It ended up not being the case. It's actually harder. Normally I couldn't do this in about 2 hours. I'm already going on the 4th hour. So it ended up being a lot longer than what I thought it was going to take. But I mean, at this point, it is what it is. It's ready to come out. If you don't know, in Vegas last year, I ended up hurting this motor. It started knocking at the very end. We got lucky the way things played out. We ended up making it all the way to finals, and we ended up winning the event. Unfortunately, on the last pass, it's when it started raw knocking at the very end. I don't know what did it. I don't know if it was, I know nitrous had a big factor. I don't know if it was something that I did because the computer is hooked up on the nitrous to get it in the trans brake, and I also have a bypass which I can activate the nitrous. So I don't know if it was something that I did. I carry a GoPro and I never put it on, never turn it on. So maybe that's something that I need to start doing so I can look back and see what errors I make. But anyways, this motor cert, we're gonna pull it out. We're gonna reuse the head. The head is still good. We ended up buying a block from RS Performance. Supposed to be built to handle some decent amount of power. So we're gonna take this off, swap the head over. I got a new gasket, got new studs, torque everything down, new oil pump, all kinds of stuff that we still need to do to the other block to get it prepped for this. And then we're gonna set the set on, put it all back together, and get it ready for Street Car Takeover. Last time we went to Street Car Takeover was 2017. I won the stick shift class when the car was still stick shift. That's actually, in that event is when I ended up breaking 5th gear. So this car used to be 5-speed before I went with the 400. And in Street Car Takeover, you can do roll racing and drag racing. So I wanted to be that guy, and I decided to try the roll racing. And in doing that, I ended up breaking 5th gear on the transmission. Shortly after that, all we did was race the RPM and just kept racing the car until finally one day the clutch decided to let go, and that's when I ended up going automatic. So that was about 2019, 2020, I don't remember. It was somewhere around there. And with this setup, this motor still stock bottom end, stock top end. All it is a new head gasket and studs. Other than that, stock bottom end, stock rod, stock cams, no nothing, just intake manifold, E85 or Ignite Red, 76, 75 turbo, and that's it. That's all this car has always been. 400 behind it, Q45, 300 ZX rear end, and it's been 850s. If I can get this car to go 830s with the new setup, well, the new motor, the new block, then I think that should be pretty good for what the car is. So let's get this motor out. Let's get it prepped so we can swap the head, and then hopefully we can start it tomorrow. Today's Sunday. So back to where we go. All right, guys, time for an update. Motor's out. It's on the stand. Got a bunch of stuff laying around over here. The only thing left now is take off the timing belt, bring the other block, take the head off, and then we are ready to start reassembling and hopefully have the motor back in as related today. Get close to where it beeps. Okay, so day 2. Head is now swapped over, torqued down, lock arcs are back on, everything's pretty much in the top end is ready to go. I flipped it over because we need to use the lower front sump from this block so it'll fit on the 240. And right now when I turned it, I'm gonna find out it's a little bit more serious than what I thought it was. So we found some shavings. I already threw some on the floor, but I was looking at the oil pan, and there's a lot of shavings, and I thought it was from me beating on the oil pan to get it off, but those don't look like screwdriver shavings. And I found some stuff in here. All right, I've just been collecting. So the good news, if any, is that it looks like everything consolidated itself to one side, and hopefully the oil pump didn't pick it up, because if the oil picked it up, or if the oil pump picked it up, then that changes everything. If the oil pump picked it up, then that changes everything, because now that means that there could be shavings all over that head. Hopefully not. Hopefully they didn't make their way up the head. The cams look good. There was nothing up in the top end, so I don't think it made it up that way, but we're gonna have to keep a really close eye on it and make sure that we clean everything up. Flush the feed line to the turbo to make sure we don't take the turbo out because of this crap. So it's still not making sense because I took off the oil plate and there's nothing in there. So it sounds like whatever it is stayed down here. You know what? So I can't take the oil pump off. So I'm wondering if the oil pump gear broke and I lost oil pressure. And that's why I started knocking, because I had no oil. It's a possibility, I don't know. I don't have an oil gauge, or oil pressure gauge, so not the smartest thing to do, but here we are, 2024, with no oil pressure gauge. So I'll just continue to tear this apart, clean everything out, see why we can't take the oil pump off. We have a new pump. That one's a modified drift motion. Yeah, that was a modified drift motion. It makes a lot more pressure than the stock one, so we're not worried about that. But what we are worried about is if any of the shavings made it up into the other motor. So once we start it up, we'll probably just kind of turn it on, run it for a couple of minutes, shut it off, drain the oil, and then inspect it in, and hopefully nothing got inside the oil galleys, because if we did and that changes everything, there's no point in continuing. There's no point in hurting a $7,000 motor over some dumb stuff like that. All right, update completed. I'm gonna take this off, the lower oil pan. Take this out for now, see what it looks like. That needs to go on that motor. But if it's really that bad, then there's no point. We're just gonna go ahead and stop and figure what our options are. So I'll put back together, everything's bolted down. We're now just waiting on a radiator and the fans. Hopefully they show up tomorrow. Unfortunately, I did make a mess. when I was trying to bolt up the tranny, it ended up turning on its side and the dipstick came off and pretty much drained the whole oil out of it. So tomorrow we're gonna top that off. I already put oil in this. Yeah, that's what sucks about doing this. You end up with stuff everywhere. But anyways, tomorrow we're picking up the injectors. They're getting cleaned up. So that's just the secondary set. The primary set is getting cleaned up. We'll put the injectors back on, put the fuel rails back on, put the intercooler piping back on, and then after that we should be ready to fire up. Check, make sure we have oil pressure. Once we have oil pressure, we'll turn the ignition on, and hopefully right after that we should be ready to go. All right, so we're probably just gonna end the video here. The only thing we're waiting on now is the radiator and the radiator fans. Hopefully we get those tomorrow. Then we can start the car up. In the morning I'm picking up the injectors. They're getting cleaned because it's been sitting for almost a year, pretty much since I broke the car in Vegas. The only other thing that's left is I need to figure out the belly pan. I had a belly pan, I no longer have it, so now I have to figure out how to do that. I really don't want to run without a belly pan because when the car blew up in Chuckwalla, the belly pan caught everything and it eliminated the mess pretty much 100%. Everything got caught in the belly pan. So I don't want to run without one because after experiencing that, now I know why they require one. And I don't want to be that guy if something happens, God forbid. I don't want to oil the track. And I don't want to oil getting on my rear tires and spin out and, you know, make it worse than what it really needs to be. So I'm going to have to figure that out tomorrow. But other than that, I think we're just going to end the video here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And we'll leave the startup for the next video. The next video will be startup and maybe loading up and getting ready for Phoenix Street Car Takeover. Maybe we'll go to Dyno Shop, see what's going on over there too. I know he's getting the Skyline ready. He's taking both Skylines, the GTR and his daughter's LS swapped 4-door. So I'm actually gonna take the 4-door with us if everything goes as planned. So as long as the car turns on, I think everything else is pretty much ready to go. I'm not really gonna mess with the tune yet because I want to get a bigger turbo. And once we do that, then we'll get the car retuned and make it go fast. So with that being said, thanks for watching and we'll see you on the next video.
No leak. Okay, we'll start again.